Hey everybody, so this week's Torah portion, Vayechi. Yakov passes away, and the brothers are now concerned that Yosef will take vengeance on them for selling him to slavery. So after Yakov passes away, the brothers come to Yosef and they say, listen, your father said you shouldn't, you should forgive your brothers for their sins and you shouldn't do anything against them. And Yosef knows the father didn't say that. And Yosef now wants to comfort the brothers. The truth is, we can learn from this idea of how do you relate to when a person does something against you. He says something very weird. He says, listen, you thought badly, but God thought it for good. That's a very weird way to say things. Are you trying to comfort them? He didn't say to them, hey, no problem. You didn't say that. You said, you guys thought for bad, and God thought it for good. The key, what Yosef is saying, is the root of how to relate to every interaction in our lives. There is an incredible law in the Torah. It's the law of a person should not bear a grudge. That's very weird. It's one thing not to go and take revenge. That I can understand. But what do you mean not to bear a grudge? You did something against me, and I'm willing to share with you and give to you, but I shouldn't feel bad about what you did against me? How is that possible? How is a human being could do that? So the Minchas Chinuch, one of the great commentaries, says it works like this. If you realize in your life that everything that happens to you is being directed by a grand plan, then you realize sometimes when a negative thing happens to you, it has to happen. The person who does it is the conduit. Yes, he is the bad messenger. But someone's going to be the bad messenger. He's basically a pawn in the system. There's a lesson you need to learn from this. There's something else, a greater reason why you're going through these things. And this person, maybe he's not a good guy, and therefore he is the cause of it, but he's not really the cause of it. He's a pawn. It's like, take an example where a guy takes a stick and he throws it at the dog. So what does a dumb dog do? A dumb dog will go and get angry at the stick and bite the stick. But it doesn't do the stick. It has to do with the one who threw the stick. And therefore the Minchas Chinuch tells us that you shouldn't bear a grudge, because you should realize when a person does something that may be negative to you, there was a grander reason why that had to happen to you. To learn a lesson, to incorporate something, to go through a certain change. And they might not be a good person, but that's their issue. It's not your issue. And that's what Yosef tells the brothers. He says to them, listen, you guys had bad intention, but that's your problem. That's not my problem. God had his own reasons for it. I had to go through what I went through by being a slave in Egypt, by going through all these problems to come out to where I had to be. You thought it for bad, but God thought it for good. And that's where we relate to every person. A person does something against you, it hurts, I understand that. But think about what is the deeper lesson you're getting between you and God, and this person is just a messenger. And if you look at it that way, you won't bear a grudge, and you learn from every interaction you have.